marvelous.
Indeed. Welcome back, Amiibros, to a brand new Let's Play. Now with a lot more blood that would make any man over at NetherRealm Studios blush, and enough anime references that would make any otaku proud. I'm of course talking about Suda's smash hit, at least in the US and Europe, not so much in Japan, No More Heroes, from the Nintendo Wii, and later got an HD port for the Xbox 360 and PS3, Japan and Europe only, unfortunately, but it did get a port to the Switch earlier this year, which is very nice, and that is the version I am playing. So starting out, when you first start No More Heroes for the first time, you only have access to 2 difficulties. Sweet, which is the easy mode, Mild, which is normal, and Bitter, which is the hard mode. You can only unlock Bitter after you beat No More Heroes for the first time. But enough about difficulty, let's begin. This is No More Heroes.
Fuckhead! Yo, help me out here. Where's this death metal dude? Bad answer.
Damn, Travis, that was his first day on the job.
It's game time.
Rightio, Travis. Let's break into this house and get to cutting. Start by pressing the A button. End by clearing the tutorial. Hey man, if you're gonna be an expert in the beam katana, you first have to know the fundamentals. Starting with by pressing the X or Y, that's how we swing our beam katana. So, let's demonstrate on this poor sap who kindly teleported right in front of us. And after we eliminate the enemy's health bar, a special arrow will pop up. You move the right stick in the direction of the arrow that's shown on screen, and you will perform a finishing blow on the enemy, or as the game calls, a successful death blow, which will cause the slots at the bottom of the screen to spin. And if the slots line up, you'll be able to unleash various special attacks. I'll be getting into that later. But right now, let's decapitate a motherfucker. Look at that. Satisfying. There's plenty more where that came from, let me tell you. The gauge on the right side of the screen is the beam katana's battery power. Every beam katana in this game runs on some sort of battery, and every action you take with said beam katana drains the battery in some sort of way, even if you do not make contact with the beam katana strikes. Fortunately, there is a way to charge up the battery, as Travis will demonstrate. So you have to move the right stick as fast as you can to recharge the beam katana. This being a game that was originally released for the Nintendo Wii, yeah, you can imagine how that would be funny. And to the game's credit, as much as I don't like the concept of recharging your beam katana, I give props to Suda and his team for at least making it humorous, you know? Now, as for any 3D hack-and-slash character action game, of course there has to be a lock-on, so by pressing the ZL button, we're able to lock onto any enemy. And while Travis is locked onto an enemy, he will always block their attacks unless it is a heavy attack, in which case Travis cannot block it. Fortunately, you won't be dealing with that as much unless the Mook is wielding a beam katana, but we'll be getting into that momentarily. Now we have emergency evades. While holding ZL, we can move the right stick left, right, or down to perform an emergency evade. While you are rolling out of the way, Travis has invincibility frames, meaning that as you are rolling, you will not get hit, even if you are dead set in the enemy's line of fire. So, when things get too tight, roll away. Success! Yes, we shall continue with the tutorial because there's still more stuff to learn. Weapon clash. If Travis's sword attack and enemy attack hit each other at the same time, a weapon clash will occur. When this occurs, in order to win the weapon clash, you will have to spin the right stick as fast as you can. Once you win, as the game will demonstrate right here, spin the right stick as fast as you can, and once you win the weapon clash, you will immediately enter into death blow mode. Now, when you perform a death blow after weapon clash, you won't always kill a Mook. More often than not, you will, but the hardier mooks, like the beam katana wielding mooks and all the bosses, will just take greater amounts of damage. Now, back to the sword strikes, real quick. First, let me demonstrate this. That right there is an instant kill option. Once you knock an enemy down on the floor, once you approach them, or after you approach them, just have to press the Y button and Travis will instantly kill them. It's a bit finicky to perform, admittedly. As you'll see throughout this playthrough, there are times when I'm just pressing the Y button, but Travis is standing there like a dope, not doing anything, and Mook just gets up like, oh, thanks for letting me live. I have to kill you. But right there, as the game was demonstrating, depending on what button you press, the X or Y button will determine the kind of strike Travis performs. The Y button, he does a horizontal slash. The X button, he'll do a vertical slash. Now, this is only really a thing you have to learn with 2 beam katanas. Every other one after you get a certain one, or when you get a certain beam katana, you won't really have to worry about that as much. You only have to worry about that with the Bloodberry and the Tsubaki form. But again, I'll be showing that all when we get to it. And booyah, they all fall to my feet. They are kind enough to teleport, though. However, beam katana strikes aren't the only means of attack. As you see, we have beat attacks. By pressing the A or B button, Travis will get physical. Let's get physical. Physical. Travis is punching your lights out. But there is some truth in that. By holding down the A or B button, Travis will do a charged stun attack. By doing this and getting it off, oh god, poor choice of words, but by correctly timing a charged stun attack, Travis will instantly stun the foe. And you want to stun the Mook as well, as we will get into momentarily. Because not only does stunning the Mook give you an opening into their defenses, but it also will allow you to perform throws, or as I like to call them, wrestling moves. So let's stun this poor guy right here. Then we'll press A or B to grab them. Now, when you successfully grab an enemy, 2 arrows will be displayed on the screen. And as such, you will have to move the left and right control stick in the directions that the arrow wants you to use them. It won't always be in the same direction. Sometimes the 2 sticks will require you to be require to be pulled in different directions. For example, the left stick might point up, while the right stick points either down, left, or right. Yeah, but that's only for the more advanced wrestling moves. Right now, they're keeping it simple. So right here, we see a charged beat attack right there. As you see right there, Travis is left wide open for enemy attack. Fortunately, these guys are generous enough to let their friend get punched and die instantly. And booyah! Split hand. You are such kind people, I gotta say. Death Metal is not paying you well enough. You are out here risking your lives while I reap the rewards. And every time you kill an enemy, they will, aside from, exploding like a fucking volcano of blood, they will also give off LBs, which is the currency of this game. You're going to need a lot of them, too. Or you're going to need a lot of LBs if you're going to want to progress any further in this game, but more on that in a bit. Right now, we have the last move up Travis's arsenal, a charged slash attack. So by holding down the X or Y button, Travis will build up enough energy from the beam katana to deal a great amount of damage, practically being an instant kill for this early in the game. By holding down the Y button, Travis will do a charged horizontal slash where he can hold it indefinitely and move, even though it is at a snail's pace, as Travis will demonstrate. Boom! Look at that! Triple kill, motherfuckers! But as you saw right there, it drained the Bloodberry's battery rather significantly, so you don't want to go all willy-nilly with the charged attacks. Right there, Travis just demonstrated a vertical charge slash, where Travis can't hold it indefinitely, and after a certain amount of time, Travis will just unleash it automatically. Personally, I prefer the charged horizontal slash, as again it allows you to move even if it's at a snail's pace, and you can hold it for as long as you want. And of course, after I kill all the enemies, that's when I get the temporary power boost. So as the tutorial stated, whenever you perform a death blow on an enemy, 3 slots at the bottom of the screen will start to turn. Once you get 3 icons in a row, Travis will gain a temporary power boost. Depending on the type of icon will determine the power-up that Travis receives. For example, 3 bells equals blueberry cheese brownie. Those are Travis' words, not mine, where Travis will fire balls of energy at mooks, and you'll aim with the target reticle. Though the energy balls will instantly kill the mooks, no fuss, no muss. Right here, though, when you get 3 bars, you unlock Dark Travis, where you become a nigh unstoppable god of destruction. Just simply walk up to a mook, press the corresponding button, and Travis will do the rest. You do not want to press the wrong button, as Dark Travis has a very short time limit, so you want to get the most out of it. If you press the wrong button, Dark Travis will literally waste what feels like all of the time you have left for that power-up. You can get an upgrade to extend that time limit, but I don't really bother with it personally, because considering, you know, the power-ups are random, you might not be getting it as much as you think. But more on that in a bit. As you saw right there, that chest contained a trading card. Trading cards are basically concept art for all the characters, as well as the weapons, and the designs of all of them, which is really nice. And booyah! Performed another wrestling move. Fuck yeah, they don't stand a chance. Alright, let's do this. Delayed suplex! Yeah, right in the dick. Yeah, right in the heart. It is so damn satisfying killing mooks in this game, you have no idea, and I just whiffed real hard right there. And booyah! We got blueberry cheese brownie again! Now we get to see it in action. Booyah! Split in half with an energy ball. That's some badass shit that, you know, characters in DBZ wish they could pull off. And right now I am whiffing really fucking hard. My aim is as good as my looks, I suppose. Ouch, that was really good. But as you can see, things can get a little tight where you get surrounded by mooks, and you don't want to do that. You want to pay attention to your surroundings. But it's always nice when a power-up comes in just at the right time, such as now. 3 grasshoppers, or as Travis calls it, strawberry on the shortcake, where Travis will move at high speeds and obliterate anything in his path. Once you hit an enemy, they will automatically go into death blow mode. You don't need to press, you don't need to hold the right stick in the direction that the death blow arrow is pointing. Just simply push it in any direction, and Travis will instantly kill the mook. What is funny though is that the strawberry on the shortcake power-up is a reference to Dragon Ball Z, where Travis goes Super Saiyan, similar to Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and the list goes on and on and on. But get used to that, actually, because No More Heroes, as you'll see, is a parody game, where it references a lot of anime tropes. And for those of you who are hardcore otakus, there's my non-anime watching persona at work there. But for those of you who are hardcore otakus, you'll be able to point them out better than I can. I mean, I'll point them out where I see them, but don't expect me to go like, oh, that's a reference to this kind of trope, you know? But speaking of the game, if you've never played No More Heroes in your life, first off, I mean, I'm not gonna blame you. You know, back when I was a hardcore Nintendo fan and I was all about the Nintendo Wii, I had no idea this game existed. The closest I ever, was ever exposed to this series was back in elementary school, where they had issues of Nintendo Power in the school library, and I would read them up, not really read about the articles, but just see like, ooh, this is this is a game I'm interested in, you know, seeing like snapshots and stuff like that, and on the back of the cover was Travis, and the title was No More Heroes, and I was thinking to myself, like, why is he holding a fluorescent light, you know? Because it honestly looked like Travis was holding a fluorescent light as a sword, and like I just passed up on it, but as time went on, I began to become more familiar with the internet and, you know, how YouTube was and all that stuff. I eventually came across a YouTuber by the name of the Altark of Flame, who doesn't go by that YouTube name anymore. I'm not even sure he did in the first place. But I'll be sure to post the name of his channel when I'm done recording. But basically, he posts a lot of videos regarding No More Heroes, you know, the bosses, you know, how good they were, and the ones that really pissed him off and stuff like that, and it got me interested, you know. Not interested enough to actually hunt down a copy of this game and play it for myself on the Wii, as the Switch is my first time ever like, playing No More Heroes 1 outright, you know. But then another YouTuber by some called Johnny, he did a review for No More Heroes 1, and, you know, I've been interested in the series ever since. You know, like I said, my first time playing the series, it's this port of No More Heroes on the Switch. So yeah. But as you saw before we entered this room, we saw a beam katana move. There are several types of mooks within No More Heroes. You've got mooks that wield brass knuckles, mooks that wield blood instruments like pipes, swords, and mooks that wield guns, as well as mooks that wield beam katanas. Mooks that wield guns and beam katanas can go fuck themselves. They are annoying, and you'll see what I mean as we progress. But when it comes to beam katana wielding mooks, if you're wielding the Bloodberry or Tsubaki 1, you need to carefully swing your sword. You need to know what button you're pressing and how they are blocking, because if you try to just swing wildly with your beam katana, not only are you wasting precious battery power, but the mook wielding the beam katana will instantly deflect your move. The later two beam katanas are the last two, the Tsubaki Mark II and Mark III. You know, don't really give a shit if the mook is guarding or not, but that's for when we get those later. But for right now, though, let me talk about the Bloodberry. But first, we got 3 7s. You get 3 7s, you will be able to unleash a massive explosion that will kill every mook in the area. Spoiler warning, I only get 1 or 2 7s. That's it. I have never gotten 3 7s before. So I can't tell you how effective the power-up is, but if the wiki says you unleash a massive explosion that kills everybody, hey, must be pretty damn effective, despite how rare it is of you getting it, or how rare the chances of you getting it are. Though, you know, if you are insanely lucky, fuck you, and lend me some of that luck. I need it for Fire Emblem Heroes. And, wow, this death metal dude really thinks highly of himself. That's the most exposure you're gonna get to him before the fight. But yes, let's talk about the Bloodberry. The Bloodberry is Travis's starting beam katana, and boy does it show, as the Bloodberry is objectively the worst beam katana in the game. Not because it's, you know, downright terrible or anything, but because it has the unlucky aspect of being the first beam katana in the game, and how it is just outclassed by everything else. Mainly because you can't upgrade it, which is a damn shame. And spoiler warning, it's not going to get any better in the sequel. Still though, credit where it's due, every time you swing the Bloodberry, it feels like there's some real weight behind it, which I can appreciate. So let's head down this hallway and get to this death metal dude. First, phone call.
Hey Travis, your ranked fight begins just up ahead. Win, and you will be 10th. Lose, and hell awaits. Are you up to this? Need a bathroom break? Whatever you need to do it now. Your opponent, some call him the Holy Sword. He is good, but I know you can take him. You are the man. I am the tiger. He only looks tough because his mother was an ugly bitch. Take it to the red zone. Assassin's Way at full throttle. Unleash your power. Show no mercy. Bring me death metal set. Enter when you are prepared to fight. I believe in you and your force. Now, off to the Garden of Madness.
Huh. Sylvia sure is Travis's #1 fan. Well, before we take on this death metal dude, we've got some things to do first. Starting off with, we've gotta eat some food. Located in boxes with a pink light underneath them will always be a slice of pizza that will restore your health. Likewise, any box with a blue light under it is a battery, which will recharge your Beam Katana's battery. Next to those items, though, will always be a luchador mask. Travis, do you remember those golden days in Calgary? The path of pro wrestling that you have long forgotten? If even a fragment of the spirit of a wrestler remains in your blood, remember the first suplex your master taught you. Yes, that's right. The darkness-piercing, front-neck, chicanery drop! MS. Before every ranked fight, there will always be a luchador mask that will teach you an old professional wrestling move that you can unleash on the ranked assassin. And after learning an old wrestling move, I think we need to go to the bathroom and take a save. So, next time on No More Heroes, we'll be taking on this death metal dude. See you guys and gals then.